What's going on, guys? I got the official answer. Should you take requests at weddings? Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? I run a DJ company in Orlando, Florida, www.djsorlando.com, and I was able to grow my business from using techniques I learned from NLP and hypnosis and internet marketers. And if you're looking to grow your business, a service-based business, come join me in the Facebook group at www.coachscottking.com. And today I want to talk a little bit about handling requests and crowd control. So if you're a mobile DJ, the first thing I would recommend is that make sure that you have forms that are sent out to the couple beforehand. So you would want to ask them what kind of music they're looking for and what's allowed. Like, are requests allowed? And if they are, how far is that spectrum? Just as long as it makes it happen for the party. You want to ask these questions ahead of time, because I saw something in a Facebook post where they were like, oh yeah, the dad wants to keep, throwing the dance floor off with his 80s request, but we're more into the top 40, and that's what the bride and groom want. So again, you would definitely want to handle this beforehand. So if you haven't seen one of my older videos, I explain how formatting the night works, and if you want, leave a message down below and I'll send you a link to that. But basically, beforehand, what are your forms asking, right? So are you okay with requests? Is it okay that dad's asking for the music? And this is how I look at it. So basically, I look at the bride and groom as their wedding day, and whatever they say goes. And I also explain to them ahead of time that if there are requests, are you okay with that? Is that something that you're looking to do? Because again, if they submit a playlist to you, and what are the rules with that? Just play up from here, or kind of mix these in when the time is right. So if dad wants to keep asking for requests, then you would want to know if that's okay ahead of time. Because even though dad paid for it, I understand. Yet at the same time, it's not his wedding. And I want to make sure that my clients are happy. Now, if the bride and groom are okay, handle dad, then it is what it is. Then you would basically just pay the request, and if the dance floor died, that's what they paid for. I charge for time. I know there's a lot of different types of DJs out there and different types of events, right? So if you were doing a club, probably wouldn't want to take requests because you're on a mission to complete what your name and brand is. And at a wedding, it's not exactly like that. You can still add your flair and do your thing, yet you would be constrained to what the clients wanted, because it's different for a public event versus a mobile event. And you would definitely want to ask that in your forms ahead of time. Even though we do a lot of stuff at Disney, we're pretty interactive, but yet not a lot of people would want the interaction. They would rather have a mixing type DJ. So because we do all these different types of events all the time, we could do all of it. So we just want to make sure that we get their vision accomplished by asking questions. And here's a line that I use all the time. I say, we can DJ, we just can't read your mind. So keep that in mind when you're doing your sales call. You might want to work that in so you wouldn't want to have complications on the day of the event. And even if you had missed that, you could go up to the bride and groom and be like, hey, look, dad's requesting songs. Are you okay with that? And as long as everybody's on the same page, it shouldn't matter too much, right? Like, as long as you agreed to play for a certain amount of time, and that's what your price is, and yet you still want happy clients, so you would want to find the happy medium. And in the heat of the moment, you would just talk to dad and say, hey, look, we're kind of doing this right now, and let me go talk to the bride and groom and make sure they're okay with everything. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that everybody's happy. So if they're okay with the dance floor dying just because dad wants to hear a few songs, then that's what it is. I do see a lot of other DJs, maybe older DJs, that want to go on a rant because they feel like they're being handcuffed by a playlist. It is what it is. You're providing a service, and they're the clients. And I always try to execute my service with my client's best vision in mind, and that's how we're able to grow the business. So basically, guys, for more tips and tricks, make sure to join us in the Facebook group and ask questions if you want to learn how I send out my forms and what's in those forms, because you also want to make sure that you ask your questions in a way that lead your client to the path that works out best. And then if you've already established those questions to work a certain way, then you wouldn't be getting sidetracked when it comes to the day of the wedding. So basically, guys, www.coachscottking.com. Come join us in the Facebook group, and I'll see you on the inside. All right.